Fiber Arts. Today we are going to do part 5 and the last part that I have for a while planned on art yarn. I have one more bat to use. This is my Emerald Isle bat. These are also available on my website, on my shop. And I want to just show you what this looks like. This is made with the Clen, spelled L-L-E-Y-N, that I got from the Irish fiber crafters. And it has a bunch of other fibers in here. There's a little bit of alpaca. There's silk noils, which is the white stuff. There's Angelina. There's recycled pulled silk sari. I believe I have, I do. I have some mulberry silk in here, and there are some Coopworth locks. Now, all of that being said, this bat has a tiny, tiny bit, and I am super crazy about never wanting lanolin on my wheel or anything. But when I processed this, I felt a very tiny bit of residue, and even now it's almost nothing. But there is just the tiniest bit of tack to it. And that was the Clen. I am going to spin this up, and we're gonna do thick and thin. But I just wanted you to know that if you get these online, there is a tiny bit. So if you ever wanted to very, very lightly touch upon some lanolin, this would be a good moment to do it. This is a very soft and lovely, lovely bat. So we're gonna do this, and I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna core ply it. I'm gonna do thick and thin. And then I'm gonna thread ply it, and I don't know, just to show you how sure I am that this is gonna spin up nice, I just got this unbelievably divine thread from Miller, the Miller Girls luxury yarn. And it is merino and cashmere. Oh my God. And it has this beautiful halo. It's very, very fine lace weight. Look at this. Look at that. But it has this gorgeous, gorgeous halo on it. So I'm going to use that to do a thick and thin thread ply. So my thick and thin, I'm going to try to keep it a little bit on the thin side. And then this is going to be our ply. And I love it. One, it's going to be divine. And two, because I think this kind of fluffy halo is going to lend itself really nice to that kind of ethereal Emerald Isle, you know, the water froth. I think it'll look really cool. So we're going to try that. And then the other one that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna buzz through these pretty quickly because you guys kind of have the gist of it now, this is some commercial top. This is from Camesh Fiber Arts. I believe it's called Sundown. It is a mixture of merino, bamboo, and pineapple. The pineapple is the white stuff here. And I'm gonna do this more of a traditional thick and thin, and then I'm gonna apply it with this silk also from Miller Girls Luxury Fibers. And I will show you the end, and that's really what I want to get at, is the difference in the final yarns between using an art bat and using commercial top, both with commercial thread ply. And remember, you can always spin your own thread ply, and that really makes a nice balanced yarn because you have absolute control over everything you do. And I do have a lot of partial bobbins of my own singles that I have spun like thread and have used them to ply, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to take this over to the wheel. We'll very quickly just go over the thick and thin part with each of those, and then we'll get to the plying, which will be the more interesting component and the final yarn. You are joining me in progress. Look at this beautiful bat. I have this strip left to spin thick and thin. I'm actually going to divide it into half. I'm already well into this bobbin. I'm almost done with the bat. I was worried that it was going to spin, that it was going to be tacky. I thought that it felt like there was a little bit of lanolin left in some of the Clen. However, it has been lovely, and I think that this is going to be great. It has not been dirty in any way, so I'm really pleased with that. I wanted to make sure, because I do have these bats up for sale, but I want to make sure if I don't like them, I'd take them right back down. I'm going to spin my single S so that it should ply pretty well for me. Oh, I got some squeaks. Where am I squeaking? Yeah. not bad. So I'm just going to resume here where I was. And the thick and thin, again, is you're drafting. And then right when it starts to get thin, you are letting this go. And then you're drafting, and then drafting. Well, this one's going to be a cool one. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Look at that. That's a big one. I was trying to do it a little bit less thick than my normal because I wanted to show you guys. A lot of people are concerned that they don't think that it's a functional yarn for them. Of course, as soon as I sit down, the dog is stuck under the deck. All right, let me go get the dog. Then we will resume what we're talking about. All right. Finn has been unstuck from the deck. And we are spinning this in the S direction. And so again, it is draft, slide. Pinch, draft is kind of in the same movement here. So it's like draft, pinch, draft, slide, pinch, draft, slide, pinch, draft, slide. And remember that the key to the thick and thin going as easily as possible is doing some pre-drafting with it. So for mine, I rip it into strips. And look at this. This is so pretty. And it's so soft and floofy. I really am enjoying the colors in this. I've been on a big blue kick lately. Get the rest of this spun up here, and then I'll show you the ply. I'm pretty excited. In just a couple of hours, my friend Dorothy from Knit, Knot, and Weave, who lives one county over, is coming over, and we're going to do a collaboration. She is going to refresh my memory and help me warp my loom. And then I'm going to show her some stuff on the drum carder. I think that she wanted to make a video for her vlog, and I am totally down with that. I think I'll probably try to do the same, and we'll have our videos to share. Pinching, drafting, pinch, draft, and then when you get to the thin, you're gonna pinch. See how it's getting so thin here? You can see my fingers through it really, really lightly. How there's just barely any fiber there. That's right before it gets ready to break, and that is gonna become the thin part of our thick and thin. And then I'm gonna draft it again till it's really thin, and I'm gonna pull like a fatter piece off, and that's the thick. And then right where it starts to almost break at that staple length, it gets thin. Ooh, that's a cool one. I like that one. The other thing is too, you don't want to, you want it to have a little extra energy so that when you ply, it doesn't fall apart. So I am doing this little ply back test just to check and see, and that could probably do with a touch more twist. So I am going to try to treadle a little more like my regular speed. I tend to slow down for you guys so you can see everything really clearly, but I think in this instance, I'm just gonna go my normal speed. And I'm gonna finish this up, and then we will be ready for the ply. I am gonna tie. This is my plying thread, this gorgeous, lovely alpaca cashmere silk thread. Look at this thing. I did not run it through or change the twist in any way, because look, if I untwist it, the alpaca and the cashmere has given it such a beautiful halo that I don't think it's gonna come untwisted no matter what you do to it. So leaving it as is, and I'm just gonna tie a little knot in the end here. And remember, we are going to now be plying in the Z direction, opposite of what I typically do. And we are now Z, so we'll do this. Let's see what we get here. So I have my thick and thin in my left hand. I have my commercial thread ply in my right hand. And we're gonna go Z and see what we get here. Well, so far, it looks like it's working pretty well. I like it. I just felt like I had a little bit of I had too much grip. Let me see if I can make it any lower. Just a little too much draw. I'm gonna make it a little less. Okay. Let's see if that makes it better. Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm just letting my thick run on here. The other way you could do it is I could switch the posts here, and I could let the thread ply wind on. I kind of like that way better maybe, huh? So that would require me to hold the thick and thin tight, and then let my thread ply looser and just let, I keep saying thread ply, let my commercial thread wind on. And I kind of like that look. Maybe we'll go with that. I just wanted to show you, if you switch back and forth here, I kind of wanted to show you the difference. So when I come back to here where I was doing this, so if I'm using my thick and thin as the, you know, let's call it the core, the one that you pull straight towards your body, you can see the beautiful thread that I'm plying with. If I do it the other way and use the thread as the core and wrap around the thick and thin single, when I do it this way and this wraps around, you don't see the white as much. It's not really on the thick part as much. I like when it is on, I like when I can see it on the thick part because it's such a beautiful thread. So I'm trying to get that to show up. I'm considering changing sides with my thick and thin because my muscle memory keeps screwing me up. Let's see here. I keep wanting to hold this one straight because that's what I always do. So we're going to try to stop doing that. I think I'm going to switch hands because this is driving me nuts. All right, we're going to see if this works any better for me. Oops. Let's see how this works. Oh, that's better. Okay. Yeah, it's just a muscle memory thing for me. So I am going to use the thick to basically, the thread to apply the thick instead of the opposite way. Because of the halo, it's really, really great for this because it's kind of, it's not felted, but it is, the fibers are very sticky and it's holding together beautifully. Here is the bobbin, and I really think it looks cool. Definitely giving me the Emerald Isle feel, and it did not take very much of my gorgeous, gorgeous cashmere thread. Seriously, look at this stuff. It is absolutely divine. And let's get this on the nitty-knotty, and then at the end, we'll go over everything for both yarns. Well, the rain is not cooperating. It is a lovely rainy day here. And I am almost finished with this thick and thin. I saved the last section here. Remember the when you're spinning top pre-drafting, so I just vertically divided this one into 4 sections. And I am going to very quickly go over this with you. I know you've seen it a bunch, and we are in the S direction here, so we won't forget that. And of course I got a little squeak happening here. Always happens after I take my wheel outside. I need to check and make sure that I have the foot set right. The difference between the top and the bat is that the top fibers are all aligned, and you can see that, you know, that it's smoother in the thick and thin portion of it here. Everything is exactly the same. It's the pinch, draft, slide, pinch, draft, feed it on, pinch, draft, feed it onto the bobbin, pinch, draft. And depending on how thick your thick is and how thin your thin is, depends on how much fiber. Like this, I just pulled a giant chunk from here. This is gonna be a really fat one. I'm actually gonna let this get a little extra twist. There you go. Depends on how much fiber you pull from the drafting triangle. And this is good. You're supposed to have this little ply back test here between them. That just lets you know that this is going to ply well. So if I put just this, and this is another good way to test it, so you can see that, yeah, this has the right amount of energy in it, not too much, not too little. I am all teed up here for my thick and thin top ply, and we're going to ply this in Z. And what I am going to try to do is see if I like this, but I'm trying different techniques here. I don't love this one. I'm just gonna go back to the way I normally do it. So I'm just holding the silk as my stationary stable post here, and we're just gonna wrap the top around it, like so. Let's pull some of this out so you can see it. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. I really love it. Whoop. Doesn't that look good? So I am going to keep doing this. And go the correct direction, Kirsten. Automatically go in the wrong direction. A little of this. I think I had a little extra energy through that little thin part there. I think that that's going to be good. Yeah, that looks good. So, and what I'm looking at here is I'm just kind of letting this go back in here, and it's not tangling up on itself here. There's a little bit right there, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal. Okay, I like it. Keep on keeping on here. So, I know I've tried to fit a lot into this video, and my hope is that I'll have it up tomorrow. If any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that last night I did a 60-second pitch for my fiber arts business. I entered a local Carroll County Chamber of Commerce. It's kind of like Shark Tank, but for but for local people, for local businesses in Carroll County. And all you have to do is have started your business within the last year, or planning to start it within this year. And I applied, and so last night was the meet and greet, and you got to go do a 60-second pitch. And I have never, whoops, see, wrong direction. Don't do it that way. And I have never pitched anything in my life. So it was really exciting. I spent most of last weekend trying to write a pitch. I wasn't really even sure what I was supposed to do or what a pitch sounded like. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I borrowed a book from an inventor friend of mine called Pitch Anything. And then I got help from a couple of friends. I had a lot of people helping me for this 60 seconds worth of stuff. And with the best that I had, I did well, but it was really fun. It was very exciting. You like stand up on stage, the microphone, a bunch of people watching you, and then you have 60 seconds. There's a big timer, and you tell them, as much as you can about your vision in 60 seconds. And then the audience claps, and I made mine right on the dot. So it was really fun. I was pretty proud of myself because I memorized mine. I thought that was what you were supposed to do, but a lot of people, almost all of them, just read from their phone, with the exception of some really outstanding people who did such a nice job that I wanted to buy their stuff. I was like, that is a fantastic idea. So there were some really charismatic people there. Really great public speakers. I am not necessarily afraid of public speaking, but this was a something I've never done before. So it was nerve-wracking. There was no other fiber people there, fiber arts people. There's a couple candy stores, and then the rest was all, there was a couple of brick and mortar businesses. Like there was a candy shop that pitched, and there was something I didn't understand. It was called a beer spa or something. Beer spa and brewery. Apparently you soak in the ingredients to make beer, which I guess are supposed to be healthy, while you drink beer. So I wasn't really sure what exactly was happening there, but she was a really dynamic speaker and was well received. So that was cool. And then the other one was there's a plant person who sells like house plants. I really liked her. I thought she was super cool. I was like, well, I could be friends with her. And then the rest were all like apps for things and computer, AI stuff. So it was pretty cool. There wasn't a lot of artistic stuff there, but there was a handful. If I make the top 5, then I get to do the live pitch for the judges on August 15th. So I'll let you know either way. But either way, I learned a lot, and it was a lot of fun. I'm pretty proud that I just tried it. Let's see what we have here. Talking, I don't want to get too carried away with twist here. Oh no, we're not. This is not too much at all. In fact, I should probably put a touch more in there. Nope, not that way. Z. Z, 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 Z. Looks cool. I love the little green silk that you can see through there. Very lovely. I'm digging it. Might need a little more twist though. I keep doing that. Wrong direction. Here we have our final yarns. This is the thread ply here, and this has a lovely sheen from the pineapple, and this was with the silk. You can see how nice and smooth everything is. This is a beautiful ply. I really enjoyed both of these yarns thoroughly. So that was the one that we did second. And then this is the one that we did first. And this is, the difference between the bat and the top is this has a much softer, and I will say this feels a lot softer also. This has it's much airier. So if you get to like these, you see the difference between the thick here, they're really floofy and airy, as opposed to the thick on this side. If you look at this one, see how they're not as fluffy? The thick ones here. So the main difference, let's see if we can just hold them up next to each other, is the softness and the loftiness. Now, you also have to keep in mind that I switched my straight tensioned yarn on the left one. I used instead of holding the thread in my right hand, I held it in my left hand for the Emerald Isle bat. And because I wanted to see that lovely, lovely soft thread with the halo. I just think it goes so nicely with the woolen prep. I mean, this is so soft, so much softer than this one. But they're both beautiful and stunning. And it just is a matter of personal preference. And while I was sitting here looking at them, I started twisting them up, and I was like, you know what? These would look really, really awesome worked together. Look at how cool this would look if I worked it together. I think I might try to weave these together. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. That would look great together. So I will see you guys next time. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been working hard on getting a bunch of these fractal bat kits up. They're pretty popular. So if you want to get one, they're on sale until June 28th. Tour de Fleece starts June 29th. And I will see you next time. Until then, spin